Hi everyone, it's Lou Collins, and today I'd like to introduce you to a brand new textures collection called Snow Flurry. So as many of you know, I don't tend to do Christmas as such, Christmas themed, but I do love a good winter themed card. So I've got a selection of dies and stamps here that hopefully you're going to love as much as me. There's some layering techniques going on here and lots of versatility with every product. So let's skip through very quickly all the products you're going to get within this collection. Everything's available individually. So we've got the snowflake layering panel. This is made up of 2 dies. So we've got our beautiful decorative snowflake panel. This is 5 by 7 inches, but can be trimmed down if need be. And then you've got your second layer. Now this is going to go underneath. As you can see, there's not so much detail in here because they layer together like so. Now when you do place the 2 together, and as I say, you can use the top one separately if you like, you're going to get effects like this. So that bottom one is going to cut into your card base without an outer edge, so you can cut it into your actual cards if you want to, so you've got that gorgeous sort of aperture look, or you can just cut it and stick it onto a card. It's entirely up to you, but you're going to get this beautiful dimensional 3D kind of look. So that is the snowflake panel there, and here's another example where I haven't used as much foam, but again I've cut it into my card and used a different colour to layer up. So really beautiful. I'm absolutely in love with this. Don't forget, of course, it can be used horizontally as well as vertically because snowflakes kind of don't have a right or wrong way round, do they? Then we've got the oval snowflake border. So this die set is again 2 pieces. You've got an outer edge, which is going to be like a matte and layer segment for you, and then you've also got the detail, the design, and this is beautiful. Now this comes from the very popular snowflake circle that we had in the Jack Frost collection a couple of years ago. That sold out, so we've given you an oval this time, and it's really cute. I love this. I love the size as well. It's going to be perfect if you love A2 size cards or smaller cards, but you can create shaped cards using that that blank oval if you want to, like this, or you can create fun aperture effects like so. So I really love that again. Then we've got our snowflakes. Now again, this is kind of a rerun from a very popular set. It was my large snowflake dies that we bought out. The designs are similar but all resized, so these are going to coordinate and match perfectly if you got the snowflakes from the Jack Frost collection all that time ago. Like I say, these also sold out very quickly, so we've bought them back, but like I say, just change the size, but you can see how decorative, how big they are. They are still large snowflake dies, and they're going to make the most beautiful frosty themed cards. Now I've got a little bit different with some bright colours on this one, but you can see all the detail in those die cuts there. Now to coordinate with this, we also have a stamp set, so maybe die cutting's not your thing, but you love the size of the snowflakes. We've got some large snowflake stamps here as well. They do tally up, so for example, if I take my largest snowflake die there and lay it over, you can see everything is sized absolutely perfectly the same. So you can do some really fun versatile techniques with the 2 together. Then I've got this background. Now I'm in love with backgrounds like this because sometimes I don't want to just put one sentiment on a card. So this is absolutely perfect for that. Now here's a couple of cards that I made, and also incorporating those snowflakes, just layering them up there, but I've simply stamped and heat embossed that background there, all of those different words, pop some watercolour over the top, let it dry on its own. It was such a quick and easy card to do. I just put it aside to dry and then constructed it a little bit later on. I love that. I love that background in there. And then I've done a similar sort of thing where I've not actually got a single sentiment here. I've just got kind of the feel for it. This is perfect as well for scrapbooking and things like that because it is a good size stamp, but I've just created kind of an everlasting shaker here, or never-ending shaker, whichever you like to call them. Just simply heat embossed this stamp in black onto some heat resistant acetate to create the card front there. So again, a really fun one there for you to try out. And then lastly, this stamp set. Well, it's actually a stamp and die set. This is really good fun because we've got some 3 sentiments that are in like a brush lettering type font, so a handwritten font, but I wanted them to also be dies, but I didn't want just dies. I wanted the dies to kind of cut out. Now look at the size of these. I wanted the dies to have a dual purpose, lots of dual purpose. So firstly, we've got stamps and we've got dies that match. Okay, so let me just grab, let's work with the biggest so you can see that. We've got Baby It's Cold Outside, Unique as a Snowflake, going to work with the rest of the collection, and Let It Snow. And as you can see, I've got the die that cuts out those words perfectly, but then I've also got the outline die for each as well. So you can stamp and then cut it all out without worrying about fussy cutting. But the die itself is really special because this not only cuts out your words for you if you wish and stick them onto a card, it also cuts out a really good negative. So it leaves little gaps so everything stays together. And if I show you what I mean by this, so we've got the Baby It's Cold Outside here. I just did some ink blending and cut those words out, popped them onto foam and raised them up, and a little bit of that snowflake background there as well. But then where I cut that from the panel, you can see it's really easy to read Baby It's Cold Outside inside that panel as well. So this is what I've done with all three of these sentiments. You're going to get the positive or the negative to play with on your cards. Definitely be making sort of 2-for-1 cards. It's really time saving and I absolutely love this effect. Now I'm going to do lots of tutorials where I make things like shakers out of this as well because it's a fun aperture. You can put acetate behind and just have it as a peek through, you know, lots and lots of different ideas with these for you. So there's 3 sentiments, so there's 3 stamps and 6 dies in there. So hopefully you love all of this collection as much as I do. I think this is going to take you through lots and lots of different winters, so it's not specifically Christmas. If you've got winter weddings, it's going to work. If you've got winter birthdays, it's going to work as well. Maybe you want to do something for New Year's Eve as well. You know, this isn't going to just cover you through the festive period.